Hey, it's Bree here. Today we're going to be talking about why you need fat. So I'm Bree. I'm a registered nurse and certified health coach. I blog at hippydippymom.com, and I am here to help you and those you love the most have more energy and fewer sick days so that you can live your best life ever. So I know fat is kind of a controversial topic, so it's something I really like to talk about and why we need it. So decades ago, a couple decades ago, we were taught that we needed to practice a low fat, non fat diet for the simple reason that fat in foods made us fat and contributed to things like high cholesterol and cardiovascular disease. So now decades later, we know that to not be true. They have since revoked that information and said, whoops, we were wrong. Low fat, not low fat and non-fat is not the way to go. That we see that as a result of practicing that for decades, that has been a major contributor to the poor health of so many people in our nation, and so many people still practice low fat and non fat. So, if this is something you practice and you feel comfortable sharing, go ahead and put it in the comments. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, make sure to follow and like. Also, it would be awesome if you shared this information because everybody has the right to health and they should know this information. So some reasons that why we need fat, healthy fat specifically in our diet, there are lots of reasons. I don't want to go into everything today because that might be overwhelming, but I will give you several reasons why our bodies absolutely need healthy fats in our diet. So one is that our brain is actually made up of 60% fat. So if you experience, um, fatigue and brain fog, if you have family members that are experiencing like Alzheimer's and dementia, really anything with brain function, if you walk into a room and you go, what did I come in here for? I knew I was coming here for something specific and I totally forgot. It's because your brain is not, making connections fast enough, or you have a lot on your mind. But that's an issue with a lot of our mental health disorders. And again, like I said, brain fog and fatigue is that our brain is not getting the fat that it needs to function. So I've actually found research too that was very interesting where they studied the use of coconut oil with Alzheimer's patients. And what they found was amazing, that their symptoms improved when they started consuming coconut oil regularly, and it actually helped to slow the progression of the disease. See how important fat is for our overall health. We need it for healthy skin. It helps like the elasticity and the plumpness of our skin because our skin needs that fat, to fill it, make it plump and youthful, right? Fats are necessary for making hormones. So many people suffer from hormone imbalance, and really hormones are everything to proper body function. They control everything. I mean, we have, estrogen and progesterone, we have insulin, we have our thyroid hormones. Hormones control everything. So if any of our hormones are not being produced correctly, that can create a whole number of symptoms and health issues. So it could be that you're not getting enough fat. We have plenty of fat soluble vitamins that are necessary again for our body to function properly. As a nurse, most of my experience was in mental health, and pretty much every single patient that came in was deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D, as well as A, E, and K, are fat soluble vitamins. So Our body needs fat in order to absorb and process those vitamins. So if we're deficient, it might not be that we're actually lacking the vitamins. It could be that we're lacking the fat necessary to absorb and process those vitamins. Our cells, every single cell in our body needs fat. The actual membrane of each cell is at least partially made with fat. So we need it for energy, for our immune system, and just at the cellular level for our cells to function properly. I mean, we're cells, we're human cells and we're bacterial cells. So if our cells are not functioning properly, that's not good, to put it mildly. Again, I mentioned that decades ago we were taught to have low fat and non fat. Um, there are kind of two issues or two problems with that fad. Again, the low fat issue, we need fat, as I explained. But when manufacturers were taking fat out of products, they were that took out a lot of the flavor. So then they were putting flavor back in by putting artificial flavor and sugar. So the whole not getting enough fat plus getting way too much sugar, it's just a recipe for disaster, really, which we see now in so many health issues in so many people, and actually not just in our nation, but worldwide. Um, Another benefit with fat is that it actually satiates us. So when we're consuming healthy fats, we feel full longer. It keeps us full longer. It keeps our blood sugar stable longer. So, when we're eating fats at every meal, I personally have noticed a decrease in my need to snack. So snacking could be a whole other negative issue in itself. And we really don't need to snack. It's just that most people aren't getting the nutrients like fat that they need to keep them feeling full from meal to meal to meal. So one thing I thought that was interesting is that in 2015, the US Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee actually lifted that dietary restriction, the low fat, non fat dietary restriction that had been in place for decades, so that there is no um, like recommended daily maximum amount of fat anymore. Now, I'm sure, of course, that too much fat would be bad, but let's really start to turn our thinking around about fat and avoid anything that says low fat or non fat on it. You can guarantee that that is not a healthy product at all. So, again, share this with people that are still very much in that mindset of I need to be eating low fat and non fat. So, what are some types of healthy fats? I've thrown that word in this video a couple times, healthy fats, healthy fats. So, some examples of healthy fats are seeds like chia seeds and flax seeds, sunflower seeds, nuts and nut butters. Of course, fish, healthy fish, wild caught. Salmon is really good. Not fish like tuna. I think the other not good fish is mackerel. Those tend to be higher in disease and mercury. So salmon's one of the really good fish um, that's out there. If you can get it wild caught, that is even better. Or a fish oil that has been molecularly distilled. Coconut oil is a great fat. I always prefer organic. Avocados or avocado oil or a healthy fat. A good olive oil is also healthy. If you can tolerate dairy and it is a clean dairy, then I do consider dairy to be a healthy fat when used properly. So how do you fit them in? Well, when you're cooking, you can cook in one of the oils that I mentioned, or actually also in butter from grass-fed cows or a ghee, which is a clarified butter. You could saute in that, or throw it in a soup or something. You can eat apples with a nut butter. You can make chia pudding. If you haven't heard of chia pudding, look at that on Pinterest right now. It's very tasty. You can add, let's see, maybe some flax to maybe some healthy yogurt, some grass-fed yogurt. There are a lot of ways to fit healthy fats in every single time that you're eating. So there is no excuse or reason why you aren't getting them into your diet. And you will pretty quickly see a boost in energy. You'll see positive results as a result of increasing your fat intake. So again, in the comments, let me know if you are, still kind of stuck in the mindset of low fat, or if you incorporate healthy fats into your diet. If you have questions ever, you can always message me or email me at brie@hippydippymom.com. And that's it for today. I will talk to you later. Take care.